got a guest on the show, as we do, folks. And this guest is related to a story that was sent in to us by 3 different people. So you know it's right in the wheelhouse, folks.
You know we love it.
This one comes from Nay_Frey, Shane Webbs, and Kyle Gratian on Instagram. And the headline reads, plane forced to return to JFK Airport after horse on board gets loose.
Oh, shit.
That's right, folks. A 747 cargo plane heading to Belgium from New York was forced to return to John F. Kennedy International Airport after, rip the JFK, but not the airport. The airport is still up and running.
Yeah, rip JFK.
Yeah, but they were forced to return to JFK International Airport after a horse escaped. That's right. The Boeing 747 was barely
just barely
31,000 feet in the air when a pilot told air traffic control that a horse had escaped from its stall and that they needed to return to JFK on Thursday. The flight was forced to make a U-turn off the coast of Boston and dump about 20 tons of fuel over the Atlantic. Doesn't seem necessary.
No, they had to land.
Why?
Because they were full. It's harder to land with a plane full of juice.
I don't know. I think the engineers need to figure that out. It remains unclear how the horse managed to escape, but it remained unrestrained until the plane landed at JFK, according to that audio. And folks, you might be asking how a fucking horse gets on an airplane in the first place. And that was, for me, my first question. And then you might be asking, how did the horse get out of whatever thing was restraining it? And then you might also ask, how the fuck did a plane land? What's that?
Clever girl.
Yeah, this horse is a fucking clever girl, like the T-Rex from fucking Jurassic Park, folks. And then this horse gets out of the stall and the plane lands while this horse is just standing there. And folks, all these questions we got, I'm thinking we're probably going to get some answers because we got a guest on the show today that's coming in to let us know a thing or two about this article, because this is, of course, the man who is the owner of said horse. And that is Mr. Turkey Burger. What's going on, Turk? How you doing today?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Sorry, let me put out my fucking chingola.
No, hey, man. Hey, whatever you got to do, do it.
Yeah, man. It's stressful flight, man, or, stressful short flight, man. So I'm fucking unwinding the only way I know how. This DMT cannabis hybrid I got from an Argentinian shaman, man.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a hefty mix, Turk. A hefty mix.
Yeah, it's the only way you got it. Everyone needs motivation these days, whether it's me, whether it's Little Red, the horse, the titular horse that you guys wanted to talk to me about. I guess the horse that I emailed you guys to say, like, hey, if you see any news stories about a fucking plane turning around because a loose horse is the joke we were making day of. And if I sent you that email and then you were like, as a matter of fact, when Buddy just texted me this article, we're thinking about doing it on Tuesday or whatever, I was like, I'm around. Let me get it. I got my kid's a Twitch streamer, so I said, set up the microphone. I'll fucking tell him I got to talk to these fucking jabrones.
Well, hey, we appreciate you making time for us, Turk.
Yeah, thanks
we really
for sending
do.
that email.
Hey, no problem. I used my kid's email address, but
His name was Lil Turkey Burger.
yeah, it's Lil Turkey Burger. That's his birth name. His Twitch handle is Jeff Smith.
Oh, okay.
I guess if you got a crazy name, then when you want to choose a name for like a game or something, then you probably go
like
to a
reverse.
normal name.
Yeah, hard not to take that personally that he refuses to go by Little Turk business wise.
And a lot of and went with one of the most straightforward cookie cutter names that you could ever think of.
His SEO is in the fucking toilet, man.
Yeah, right?
I'm glad you know a little something about that, Turk, because that's something I've been studying about. But I guess, listen, the big question that we got is like, first of all, what's this horse doing on this cargo plane? And how does it get out?
But also, how are you on the cargo planes are for cargo? It's usually just two pilots and they fly. So you
want a Loris horse in the back? You got to bring a pro. And I granted this time I'm not the best example because he still got Loris. The horse got Loris.
The horse got Loris, yeah.
Well, you want to know why Lil Red was on a cargo plane?
Yeah.
I do,
Because that fucking bitch is afraid of boats. If I could have took him on a fucking ship to Belgium, I would have. I would have taken him directly into the dock at Antwerp. But no.
Yeah.
No, he's got to go on a plane. And I'm afraid of planes.
Right. Of course.
Oh, okay. So was the horse kind of like chill, but you're spooked? Did you end up spooking the horse from...
All right. See, now here's the thing. Technically, there's a pending case here.
Right.
These motherfuckers are coming for me because my horse got lost because I was bugging a little. Meanwhile, I gotta fucking pick up my cigarette butts at the beach, but these guys get to drop 20,000 gallons, 20,000 tons of fucking fuel into the ocean, and I'm like, yelling at my son to not leave his sandwich wrapper at the fucking beach, and now I'm on trial because my horse got lost.
Yeah, that's gotta be expensive. 20 tons of fuel. If you just go by gallon, I mean, they must be coming at you pretty big.
They're pissed. And forget the fuel. What about the fish? What about the fucking periphery, the fucking anemones? What about the fucking mammals?
Did they add that in there?
Also think about what if there's somebody having a bonfire on the beach and fucking 20 tons of jet fuel falls down and just causes a massive fire that goes out into the ocean, burns up the whole beach. I think they didn't think it through, and these guys
Yeah, what if like Harvey Weinstein's on a fucking yacht smoking a cigar and you know what? Never mind. That's karma. That's fucking karma, dog.
That is karma. So that makes it.
I was bugging on the plane.
Yeah, you were freaking out.
So, but I'm afraid of flights. And flying and heights and enclosed spaces, and a plane is kind of is a kind of crux of the two, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Little Red knew that. So I took Little Red to my psychiatrist and got him to be my emotional support animal so that I would. I tried to get him trained. Now he's going to Antwerp to get his head blown off in the Napoleon movie. He's got cancer, so it's his last choice. Like, we're taking him to Antwerp to shoot a scene where he gets his head blown off.
They did that.
But he's too afraid to get on this fucking boat, this long boat with Ridley Scott and Joaquin and fucking all the whole crew.
Were they all on the boat?
They're taking the boat. Yeah, they were like, we're just taking the whole crew this way. It was from England, but where Ridley's from. But I was gonna take a boat to England with just the horse.
You got to be pissed to miss out on that sort of hang. Also, if you were gonna be on a boat with Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix, and all these guys, it's got to be tough. Oh
man, I would have fucking went bananas, dude. I would have had a fucking time of my life. I had enough chingola in my fucking asshole to fucking make us all rip a good one, dude. But the thing, that was part of my fucking problem, though. I didn't realize how much I was going to be sweating and clenched up on the flight.
Right.
I popped a fucking baggie of chingola in my ass.
Oh, no.
Because here's the thing.
That DMT hits you quick because that flight almost immediately got turned around.
Yeah. Well, I had some. I had some in the lounge before before I boarded. Just like the cargo lounge. It's kind of like it's way. You've been to the first class lounge. I'm assuming you guys are big radio personalities.
I've seen the American Airlines Admirals Club a couple times.
Yeah. Well, I've quickly walked by it before taking a quick dump before a flight.
Buddy always gets stopped whenever we try to go into the Admirals Club. He'll try to follow me in, and I'll say he's with me, and they'll say prove it, and then then
I start barking like a dog, and then I say it's an emotional support dog, and that shit don't
you
work.
go for that too. Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Well, in LAX, like everything's an emotional support dog. Yeah.
And so you do have this Lil Red, as you named him. He is a registered emotional support animal, and those are
that was so
allowed.
that I could go on the car. You had asked. Right. I didn't know. Usually it's just the pilots and the animals or the cargo, but I didn't want him to go by himself, even though I was afraid. So since he was technically we are each other's emotional support animals.
I was gonna say it sounds like
I got certified as well. That's why I wear this little vest.
Yeah. And now you've never tried to get Lil Red on a commercial airliner, have you? It feels
yes. Well, that was gonna be how I save money on this. Once you wouldn't get on the boat, I have all these fucking JetBlue miles, and I was like, I'll take him on fucking JetBlue. We'll go Mint. I'm not gonna fucking jam him in Coach. We'll put him in Mint. We'll say he's my fucking emotional support thing. Bah, bah, bah. We get on there. You can take anything. Southwest would have let me, they said, but at that point the TSA was involved, and because Big Lil Red got. Well, this is the thing. He was originally nicknamed Big Red. But
Right, because he's a full-size horse.
He's a giant fucking horse. Yeah. He was big when he was little. You know what I mean? Even when he was little, he was big. Like Yogi Berra.
I read, you sent it in the email, you said, this horse actually killed its mother when it was born because it was so big when it came out.
Yeah, and I thank you for saying came out. It kind of, he just kind
Exploded.
of fucking, he burst out.
Kind of like Alien. It's kind of like
it was a chest burster.
Like a chest burster from the Alien movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Aliens, man. Ridley fucking Scott.
Your look makes sense that you're Aliens guy.
Yeah, man, I fucking Alien the movie, Aliens the real things that live amongst us, hybrids the cars, hybrids the people that are the children of alien and human, and they are assimilating into society, and they're all celebrities, you know?
Like, Look, we both agree that all that exists, so we don't need to spend
we don't have to go any further. You want to get back to Little Red used to be Big Red,
right?
Then got his head stuck in a peanut butter jar. So we had to fucking shave down his skull in a very specific way. Couldn't break the jaw. Tried everything. So we had to shave down his skull in a very specific way that now he's earned the nickname Lil Red.
So but that's just his head. So it's big horse body.
He's got a normal sized body still, but his head is shaved down in a way that it's kind of upsetting how little it is.
Like kind of like
it looks like a kid's
kind of
drawing of a horse. It looks like two eyes on the end of a neck with a few fucking random teeth, you know?
Yeah. So about this horse, so you said he was going to get blown up in the movie Napoleon. I think this is something I didn't really know about, how they use animals in movies. I know that he had cancer. Is this kind of like a horse make-a-wish kind of thing where
this is Make-A-Horse
whipping
Wish.
the boat around, picking up all the Make-A-Wish horses and then blowing them up in Belgium?
No, because all the horses have different wishes. You know,
Right.
Right.
One wish just got suplexed by John Cena. They were huge
Classic.
wrestling fans.
That's a classic wish.
Yeah, they again not intended to be the death, but Cena doesn't know how to hold back.
Yeah.
He fucking killed that horse.
Yeah.
Put him through 5 plywood tables. But yeah, Little Red or Big Red at the time. Well, just I'm gonna go with Little Red. Little Red. You know, Red was like, I want to. I'm like, look, it doesn't look good for you. You can, and he's like, I want to die on camera. And I was like, I can make that happen. I've done that in the past. And he was like, no, like in a movie, not one of those fucking Faces of Death videos you're always making specs of at your barn. I was like, all right, Little Red. Now, we kind of communicate through just the
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, that's definitely
what's
both
the
of our next
communication like?
question.
Yeah, because
I knew you were going to ask that. I should have said something ahead of time.
No,
I should have just had this one off at the pass. This is not
I'll
my
tell
thing.
you, I immediately got it because I think I had that sort of communication with an old dog of mine, where like I would look at it and we would just kind of get each other. I knew when it was like pissed off that I got the food that didn't taste good to it. I knew when it was pissed off that I was spending too much time at the hardware store. I would sort of head off these arguments by walking into the house and be like, I know I've been gone too long.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah.
These animals, they're beautiful. They're smart. They're intelligent. They can tell you things with their eyes. You know, I've had doctors tell me that I'm projecting some of my thoughts onto the horse.
Same fucking thing.
Yeah.
These
But
fucking
I'm like, no,
doctors,
the horse hated the neighbor's cat. The neighbor's cat had to disappear.
Yeah.
So you don't have any of the same kind of get hit with a cannonball in a Ridley Scott movie? You don't have anything sort of like that you may have been projecting?
No, I want to die coming like everybody else. You mean how do I want to die? Yeah, I don't want to. I'm fine on camera, but I want to die coming. You know, just like everybody else.
It's
if you can die wherever you want, what are you gonna not rip off one last nut? Like if you have any choice you want, you're like, oh, I'll do skydiving. It's like we can still be nutting.
Yeah, I
Might as well be fucking
there,
ripping one last one out. It's the last fucking chance.
Everybody out there, imagine your death scenario and imagine how it wouldn't be made better by you coming while it's happening.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Close.
Maybe if you're like a parent, you're like, I just want to spend it with my children. You probably don't want to be busted in your pants or fucking getting into multiples territory while you're like hanging out with your 5 and 7 year olds. It's twisted, man. Why'd you even think of that? Yeah,
that is twisted. But now, Turk. So a lot in this story is being made about it, sort of turning around and how the horse was out and all this kind of stuff. What was going on in your mind when the horse got loose? Because obviously a horse in a confined space like that, it's probably pretty scary. How did you, as someone who you've already admitted was kind of spooked to be in the air in the first place?
Spooked to be in the air, Chingola bag burst in my anus, and I'm just about to start peeking. Now this fucking so I packed the Chingola in peanut butter, so just in case they pull the bag out of my ass in security, I could say, nah, it's just a bag of peanut butter that I keep in my ass.
Best excuse.
To get that, you know, like, because you just put drugs in peanut butter. Like, you put it in the peanut butter jar, put it in your bag, and you're like, what are you going to do? Just check inside the peanut butter? So I do the same thing, but with a bag in my ass.
Coated in peanut butter.
The bag is full of peanut butter. Inside of it is the Chingola. But yeah, and I'll use some peanut oil to help get it in there. Yeah.
At least when it bursts, it still just looks like shit when it's coming out.
That's the other thing. And that was embarrassing because then everyone was like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just shitting my pants because I had these awesome white sweats on. And everyone's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I just shit my pants. I'm not doing anything weird. I'm an adult man with diarrhea on this plane. They're like, we just took off. Now, I've been training Little Red how to talk. Not talk, but how to move his mouth like Mr. Ed.
Right.
So he's fucking addicted to peanut butter.
Yeah.
So he sees me running into the bathroom with a fucking drippy fucking PB butt. He sees my PBAH, peanut butter
smelled the
asshole.
peanut butter.
Yeah.
And so that's what drove him to break out of the stall?
No, but he's getting all fucking worked up. Turns out... Now I'm almost there, Brett. The pilot has got a fucking peanut allergy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They thought they didn't have to say anything because, you know, they checked our bags.
There's no food service. There's no snacks being passed around. They don't
Yeah, that was bullshit, by the way. It's like a 14-hour flight to Belgium from fucking, you know.
But granted, human beings are not supposed to be on that flight.
We're not. But
Right.
my horse needed his emotional support human, me, in my little vest. Yeah. And then, of course, like a bad service dog, I immediately shit myself. Well, in their eyes, I immediately shit myself. But really, I just burst my Chingola and peanut butter bag. So that makes the pilot faint, and then he leans forward and hits the joystick. I don't know what they call it.
I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here.
And then they fucking dive. And when they dive,
the horse
gets up in the air and then lands really hard right as the plane levels out.
Oh, shit.
He's fine. He's not out yet. I'm telling you, I'm going to
He didn't even hit the door?
Still not out yet.
These things are built well. I'll tell you. These things are built well.
I guess it's like, that's like those like 0G flights you can do where the plane dives and you just kind of float for a second and then it levels out.
Yeah,
so,
the horse is big enough. It's kind of like if you're on a loop-de-loop where you get that stomach drop on a coaster. You know, you get that float moment, but you understand because of where your straps are, you're not going to flip. He doesn't go out.
But this also must have been a nightmare for you in the bathroom at the time.
I hadn't made it to the bathroom yet. Because when it dropped, I flew across the fucking plane, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Smashed into the wall, fucking leave a huge skid mark. Everyone's laughing about that, but they don't know it's peanut butter. So now it's closer to the pilot. He's fucking bugging. And the co-pilot, luckily, he was like fucking, like third day or some shit, but he fucking snapped together real fast. So I go to open the bathroom door. Silly me. Bathroom door and the horse stall door, they look exactly the same.
Okay.
No kidding.
Okay.
Wow.
They don't, but in the heat of the moment, when you're fucking the Chingolas hit the bloodstream.
Yeah. Plus the adrenaline.
Yeah. The adrenaline, the Chingola, the peanut butter. I think I might have a peanut butter allergy at this point.
Yeah.
And fucking Little Red's addicted, so he sees me open the door. He sees peanut butter everywhere. This fucking guy he's the mayor of Slurp Town at this point.
With his weird little fucked up head.
He's got his fucking shaved down little head. It's so upsetting. But here's the thing. That fucking little tiny head, that can get places. And I was not prepared for this. He got fucking places, dude.
You're saying Little Red got inside your asshole. Is that what the implication here?
Not fully inside my asshole, but trapped in between my taint and my pants and underwear that he had pulled down a little bit with his what were left of his snout. Kind of got wedged in there, you know,
Right.
like you know that little region that like when you stand up after you poop, you could like there is this like triangle between your underwear and your two legs and your grundle. He got his fucking snooze in there, and he was fucking whipping me around, whipping my fucking ass all over the place.
So you're
Body
at
of
this
a young man. Whipping my ass all over the place.
At this point, you're kind of in like a rodeo kind of bucking bronco situation.
I am. Good call.
Yeah.
And that's funny because I say to someone, I'm like, this actually is my first rodeo. And they didn't find it that
wherewithal
funny.
to be able to have that phrase in front of
That's
mine
been
at that
locked and
moment.
loaded. I've always thought it'd be funny to be in a rodeo and get to say
And
that.
you were just like,
Whipping around, head hitting
the time.
every fucking wall, and I was like, I gotta rip this now. I don't know when else, because I don't like riding horses. I just like teaching them and spending time with them and training them and feeding them and teaching them to talk and communicating telepathically.
Yeah.
I don't like to ride them because if you ride them,
You're
let me
weird.
tell you this much: Turk Burger. You guys call me Turkey Burger. It's my nickname. Turkey Burger. He ain't a small man. The turkey burger part is, you could just call me Burger. But the turkey part people find funny because I am unhealthy. I'm a large man. Whipping me around like that, Jesus fucking Christ. But what I was getting at is, telepathically, if you're a big man and you sit on a horse's back,
oof.
you can hear them grumbling. Like,
Yeah,
you
there's
can hear them
there-
go like, oh,
it's-
fucking
yeah,
Christ.
This
yeah.
is gonna be rough.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're not, and a lot of doctors tell me I'm just projecting onto the horses, but it doesn't fucking matter to me, man.
Yeah, no,
I
I
ain't
hear
doing
you,
that
man.
shit again, man. If I could telepathically communicate with a motorcycle, I'd stop riding my fucking hog.
I don't want to know what the things that I use think about me.
Yeah, my fucking Sibian would blow its fucking head off.
God. I have not thought of the word Sibian in 14 years.
Well, that makes one of us, brother. It's on my mind every single day.
For anybody out there who doesn't know what a Sibian
He doesn't travel
is,
the dark paths of the in-between analog and
I would
internet
say-
lifestyle.
just head to Google Chrome, open up an incognito window, and just type in
Sybian.
Sibian, and we'll just go ahead and say this is an NSFW suggestion.
Yeah, I wouldn't search it on your mom's computer because when it auto-completes, you're going to get upset.
Now, this is perhaps a question that nobody gives a shit about, but I'm interested in.
Uh-oh, we're getting into somebody doesn't give a shit territory? God forbid. We've been ripping and running for 20 minutes with
This
all
has
the
been a
hard-hitting facts. I don't want to get into this no one gives a shit
gripping
territory.
interview thus far, but my question is, this is a cargo plane. And you're
Yeah.
you're getting bucked around by your fucking horse.
Cargo plane don't.
What? Wait, let me figure it out.
That's what I said when the plane landed.
The cargo plane don't go? Is that the implication?
Cargo plane don't.
Okay, got it. You get a couple more minutes out
That's
of
how I said it as I was driving away
Yeah.
after we landed.
Right.
had a couple
that's a bummer
zingers
you didn't
lined
get
up.
that one in.
Driving
yeah.
my convertible with Little Red sitting shotgun.
His
I drive a
weird fucking
Mitsubishi
head
Spider.
way above the windshield.
We've actually watched a
brontosaurus
video.
head.
We have watched a video on this show of a guy driving around with a fucking bull in his little
His
like.
prize bull he drove in
Celica.
a
Oh man, I wish I would have
convertible.
fucking emailed you that week. I could have come on and talked to you about it. That was
would've
me.
been great. Oh,
That's
picture
my
of it.
emotional support bull.
The picture of it had just the whole back of the car was shit. It
was covered in
It
shit.
Just driven across country.
Yeah,
and
that was
just shit all
actually
over
peanut
his
butter.
car.
That was peanut butter.
Yeah, now
That's how
in
you
my
get the bull
memory.
in the car.
Yeah.
If you
no.
would have had me on, we could have fucking, we could have knocked that conspiracy back.
But I'm Turk. I'm just imagining this scenario of you getting fucking tossed around by Little Red in this cargo plane with what I'm assuming is a ton of other cargo. Did you cause much damage?
No, oh God, no! It was fucking crazy. It was like Jumanji in there. All the other, it was mostly animals.
It was all animals.
It was animals and a lot of fake plants that I had started whipping around. So when it was started fucking, when we were hitting 0 G's, there was fucking a big turtle flew by at one point, a fucking potted plant, a couple of cactus, a birds of paradise, a sort of real birds of paradise, and then the flower called birds of paradise.
Right.
I'm sorry, Brett. I'm absolutely distracted by what's on your TV behind you. I'm hard as a goddamn rock over here.
Sorry, I'm watching the American Gladiators documentary series in the background.
Smart.
Yeah. I'm like taking it in through osmosis, you know.
Hey man, multi-screen experience, man.
Yeah.
You're young, man.
Yeah.
You young kids can handle that kind of shit. I can only fucking watch shit while I'm driving. I can't have two screens going.
You watch it on the little console screen on your.
Oh yeah, I got a fucking PS5 on it for the lights. I watch the cutscenes while I drive.
Jesus Christ!
Did you have like since it's your enormous amount of like DMT exploding in your anus, you're getting bucked around, you're in 0 G's, it's a Jumanji type situation, there's animals flying around. Did you have any sort of like, I don't know, like moment of clarity or anything?
Yeah, like spiritual experiences or something like that?
There was a moment during all this, and it actually kicked off with a little bit of a telepathic communication from Lil Red, who I guess had really gotten in there and gotten some of the Chingola himself.
No.
And he was kind of like, we're animals, man.
Whoa.
And I was like, huh?
Wow.
And he said, and I felt this experience. He didn't say this, but I felt this experience. We looked around, and we were animals, man, amongst animals.
Wow.
When we all say, yeah, we know humans are animals.
Right.
We know horses are animals.
Right.
But when you're floating down thinking you're about to die, you're in 0 G, there's nothing connecting you on the ground. Me, a loose fish, a horse.
A turtle that you are a turtle.
A turtle who
Plants.
was spinning like a fucking Mario Kart, popped his head out, went, and put his head right back in. Bing! Bouncing off the walls. I see why they can go full fucking turtle mode, like Dana Carvey. And in this moment, we realized we were just animals, man. We were in a terrarium. We were in a fucking plummeting terrarium. When we died, people would just say, 3 humans, 2 horses, a donkey, a guy dressed as a donkey, I think, question mark, a turtle, a loose fish.
Wait.
Yeah.
What an experience. Honestly, that makes me, and I think anybody out there who's listening, that should make you recognize that this had to happen for you, Turk.
There was no, all paths lead to this moment.
All paths lead to the 0 G moment.
Yeah.
To a fucking telepathic link with your fucked up horse head, little Make-A-Wish horse emotional support animal. Brief eye contact with an aged tortoise. And a loose fish landing in your mouth, kind of near your mouth. Like,
God, did you then put it in your mouth?
Then you put it in your mouth to just kind of fucking cinch it. And I thought that was the closest moisture I could find for this poor. And that fucking, egg on my face, it's a fucking blowfish.
God.
Fills my mouth with fucking poisonous spines.
Blows your mouth up real
Blows
big.
my fucking mouth up real big. Got a horse in my asshole. I'm fucking getting fucking Eiffel Towered by animals.
By a horse and
Fucking Lil Red goes, we're animals, man, but with like an italicized animals at this point.
Right.
And he's kind of roasted me. He's like, we're fucking animals, dude. What are we doing here?
Jesus Christ. Well, Turk, this sounds like an absolutely insane experience, man. We got to let you go here in a second, but
That's fine. I gotta bring a duffel bag full of cobras to Dallas Fort Worth.
I was gonna say, I see the duffel bag behind you, and it is moving.
It's moving. I gotta remember not to unzip that again.
Yeah.
I was like, let me throw a book in there. I'm like, I should just bring 2 bags now. I'm not opening this fucking thing till I get to DFW.
Till you get to the airport.
To get to the other airport. I ain't fucking open this thing.
Yeah.
I learned my fucking lesson, dude.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Turk, honestly, man, thank you so much for coming on the
wow.
show, man. This
What
was an
insight.
enlightening experience. I hope everybody out there listening to this and realizes by the end of this interview that we're all animals, man.
Just
We're all
man.
animals.
We're just
man.
all animals, and if we all would realize that, all the problems in the world would just evaporate. You know,
Yeah,
if we
man,
saw,
we're all animals.
we're all just animals trying to survive some of the most chaotic, terrifying experiences of our lives every single day. Every day is that.
Every day, a new horror is delivered upon our poor fucking animal brains.
Yeah.
We must have to learn how to survive. Never giving an opportunity to thrive, of course. Because
No.
we are just in constant state of pure survival.
Getting by is all we can hope for, folks. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's the takeaway from this interview. Just surviving.
Just one day after another. Fuck. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Well, Turk, before we get out of here, is there anything that you would like to sort of plug, tell the audience about, anything you're into these days that they might be interested in as well?
As I became an avid, transatlantic boat guy, I had a lot of time to kill. So I joined the Action Boys Patreon, their podcast.
Oh, I've heard it. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. They rarely have an episode under 3 hours, so it's really worth your money. Not saying any of it is good, but it's definitely worth $5 for like
It
15 hours a week of
I was gonna
fucking
say,
15 hours a month of fucking podcast. That makes a steamship cruise line cruise by.
Yeah, and
Steamship cruise line cruise by.
a lot of people want to say that it should be quality over quantity. I disagree. I think more is always better.
Some people just want 3 hours of different voices in their head.
Exactly. And that's all we want. And we don't want them to
Shut
not
up
be
their own voices and listen to these 3 worse voices.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Turk, thank you so much for being here, man. We really, really appreciate you. And next time we get an article about some crazy animal getting loose, we'll assume it's you and we'll give you a call.
And if you're ever... Yeah, please do. And if you're ever shooting a movie, I got this old ass fucking cat here that we could do something crazy with, okay?
Awesome. That's great to know, man. Well, you have a good one, Turk, and we'll catch up with you sometime in the future, my man.
Hell yeah.
Man, Turk Burger, everybody.
Wow.
What a guy.
Wild, insightful.
Yes, I wish him all of the best in all of his sort of animal-related flying pursuits and travel pursuits, because it seems like that's a thing that's going to be going on in the future for him. And I hope Lil Red... We never asked if Lil Red is still alive.
That's true.